You come in here, I'm pushing your ass.
And what happens if I get injured?
You ain't getting injured.
Bro, you don't know that.
All right. I don't give a.
It's 1 second away from injury.
Everyone has wondered, why is it that you're not, at the parties, yachts flying around, all the vacations and parties and Super Bowls, and it's because
injuries prior to combat. Better call it's possible that Paul Jake attempted to pull a quick one to evade the Hurricane Tyson. This guy is insane. But I don't mind at all because it's the best thing Jake Paul can do. Until I get a better idea of his Mike Tyson strikes me as a formidable fighter who is prepared to take on any obstacle in his path. Jake Paul, a former popular YouTuber, is another impressive boxer. Rumor has it that Jake Paul's camp tried some dubious maneuvers to get out of his impending showdown with Iron Mike, who is almost 60. If you beat him, that's a negative because you just beat on an old man. And if you don't beat him, that's like a double negative because you couldn't beat an old man screwed if he does screwed. If he don't is someone who has been sidelined by injuries more times than I can remember. I can assure you that there are rumors around in the gyms and fight camps regarding Mike that Jake's team attempted to use the old false injury card. I've seen personally how awful they are, but attempting to use it as a way out of a bout against the one and only Mike Tyson is a brave move, even for Jake Paul. So, is Jake's injury real, or is it simply a cunning ploy to avoid getting hammered by Iron Mike? The rumors about Jake Paul appearing to have a heavily bandaged hand went viral, but that wasn't all. Jake took to Twitter and posted a series of dramatic statements that had people talking. He announced a freight training accident and that there was a chance the fight would be called off. At one point, fans gasped as Jake bemoaned, "Doctor says I might not be able to fight Iron Mike, all he's prepping us to choke, yikes." The prospect of taking on the champion appears to be sending Jake into a panicked state. I'll just say that it feels like he's going to choke out of the bout and has already given up. I didn't realize how intense the champ's training was. My body is destroyed. Jake definitely played the sympathy card, but it looks like his attempt to play on people's emotions backfired miserably. Jake Paul's prospects seem to be chatter among enthusiasts, and pundits claims that it is slimmer than a stick insect. Joe Rogan, a UFC analyst, expressed his unwavering opinion on his podcast, saying, "I don't give a give." Even at 55, that's still not to be forgotten is Mike Tyson's covert weapon. Boxing insiders with their keen eyes for drama wasted no time in casting doubt on Jake Paul's alleged injury. Rafael Cordo, the MMA legend who runs King's Mixed Martial Arts, can still pack a punch. Watching Rafael Cordero holding those meters for Tyson is like watching a symphony of destruction. These new online stars think they can trick everyone. We all know the routine. When things get tough, they find a way out. If that wasn't enough to raise an eyebrow, here's the really funny part. Seen it all before sniffed one veteran trainer to a reporter. Jake's astounding comeback, he returned to recording trick shots and throwing punches for his YouTube channel only a few days after posting about the injury on social media. But did it satisfy the skeptics? Not by accident, fans noted the abrupt change in hand wrap, and when reporters questioned Jake Paul about the supposed deception, the smooth operator winked and laughed it off, saying it was only a small setback.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you. Day 3, you still wanna fuck with me?
When Tyson learned of Jake Paul's antics, it was like watching a volcano about to erupt. Insider accounts depicted a legendary boxer enraged by what he perceived to be a deceitful and impolite attempt to back out of their much-anticipated fight. According to reports, Tyson destroyed this kid who thought he could play me like a fiddle. I'm not some prick who can just stroll around all over Mike Tyson unleashed a devastating social media bombshell in an Iron Man-like demonstration of strength and speed. Even the most courageous people would have fainted from the intensity of Mike's fists. If that wasn't enough to make you shudder, wait until you heard what he had to say. Tyson gives his opponent a scathing inquiry as he looks directly into the camera. "You still want to F with me?" After watching a horrific video, does the troubled kid still want a piece of the 57-year-old legend Mike Tyson closer to the Big 60? That is crystal clear's message, according to Tyson. Even though Jake Paul is 30 years old and may not be in his prime physically, let's face it, he still has enough firepower to light up a room. The unvarnished truth: if Tyson and Jake Paul entered the ring, it wouldn't just be a fight. It would be a first-class fireworks show with no questions asked. Think back to when Tyson faced Roy Jones Jr. in that exhibition match. They planned, strategized, and danced for 8 rounds, showcasing their skills and flair. However, imagine this against Paul. It would be a completely different game. We're talking about a full-blown no-holds-barred 1-round annihilation, just 1 round of Tyson's fury unleashed, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. If you think this would be a close fight, think again. Tyson is still the undisputed king of the ring when it comes to speed, power, and pure ferocity.
$600 million you made in your career, they're saying. What happened?
That's so much money.
Mike, that's a lot of fucking money, Mike. That's...
I had a lot of fucking fun.
Did you guys not just see the handful that he just put into his mouth? He had some fun. $600 million.
Where did most of it go? Because I'm from Connecticut. I know where your house, your old house, 50 Cent's house now, right? Does he still own it?
I have no idea.
But that house had movie theaters, what else in it?
Everything.
Was it West Hartford?
Somewhere.
You don't even know. It's like $50 million. Like, I don't know. It's on one of my fucking houses. Who knows? Who gives a shit? Where did most of the money go? Houses or drugs, girls?
Planes, it's stupid shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was fun.
Right. You don't regret any? Do you regret anything?
Yeah, and I didn't pay taxes really.
That'll get you. Yeah.
But they always come back.
I see you're going for the water.
Yeah.
30 minutes in.
The game being played in this matchup between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is called hard cash. Paul has been offering a $300 million payoff like a carrot on a stick, and Tyson isn't one to pass up a big salary, especially if it means shattering pay-per-view records. Mike Tyson has undoubtedly experienced his fair share of financial ups and downs throughout the years. From extravagant spending sprees to legal disputes, let's face it, Tyson's bank account has seen its fair share of roller coasters. With massive debts and expenses to pay, he's not exactly rolling in these days, with an astounding $600 million being blown through like confetti at a crazy party. When Tyson wanted to flaunt his wealth, he would walk into a Bentley or Mercedes dealership and buy out the entire showroom just because he could. As if that wasn't enough, he would occasionally pick up a jacket and find tens of thousands of dollars stuffed in the pockets forgotten about like loose change exotic animals. Tyson's spending habits were the stuff of legends, but not in a good way. He would buy houses, never step foot in cars. Heck, he'd forget about cars he owned until the police came knocking after his entourage was pulled over in them. Gaudy jewelry and fancy apparel, Tyson is now high and dry with massive financial problems looming large and pushing him against the ropes, which is where this fight with Jake comes from. Limos hookers watches if they so much as paid him a compliment on the street. And let's not forget Don King and Robin, given among others, took hefty chunks out of Tyson's fortune. Paul enters the picture for Tyson. It's about cold hard cash, not simply the glitz and excitement of the ring. The best news is that this fight might be Jake's ticket out of debt and his opportunity to start over. However, if Jake Paul even considers ending this, but Tyson is prepared to bring out the legal guns. According to rumors, he has a lawsuit ready to go off faster than a punch to the gut, with over $1 billion at stake. Paul should reconsider his strategy before attempting to manipulate his way out of this confrontation. Mark your calendars and set your reminders, folks, because when Mike Tyson steps into that ring, it's not just a fight but a battle for redemption, a shot at financial freedom, and a chance to prove once and for all that legends never die. Tyson needs this fight like a drowning man needs a life waft. And this time around, Paul won't be facing some washed-up basketball player or another YouTube sensation. Oh no, he'll be stepping into the ring with a bona fide boxing legend. Don't miss a beat by by subscribing to our channel and ringing the notification bell to ensure you never miss out on the newest information and special stuff.